Hey, YouTubers, look at the dumb dog. Spike, what are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, East Neil's finest hosted by Mike. I had a hiccup today. Things I had to, things that I'm not gonna. I don't like put my personal. Whoever knows it knows it. Whoever doesn't doesn't. I don't like putting my personal crap up there. But for those who wish me good and everything, thank you. I'm good. I'm fine. So far, thanks a lot. For those out there. Anyhow, that's why I didn't make it to the Columbus flea market today. But straight from what I had to do, I went straight to the toy show. There's the Toy Con thing next week, Mythic Legions, and I'm gonna show up. This bad boy here, right chair, is some stuff I picked up. This was actually leaving the door. Some old white man. I say old. This guy had to be like in his late 60s, early 70s. And then after he sold it, he picked me out, man. After he sold it to me, he's like, oh, well, I asked him what he do for. He wanted $100 for the whole bag. He paid $10 for the bag. I only know because he actually pimped his emotions after. He's like, yeah, well, I'll do 50, but I won't do better than 50 because some of the parts they gotta be worth something. Some of these vehicles. I'll get to that in a second, and I'll explain back. Isaiah, don't eat up everything. I'm not. So anyhow, I did see Uncle Jesse. I saw Jesse yesterday. He's one of the NECA guys in the Meadowlands, and shook each other hand. I told him I'll see him tomorrow at the show. So I did get these NECA figures, those four. I don't know. I don't really buy. I could have brought Jason and Michael Myers, but I said to myself, those would probably be the only things I would get is like the movie horror stuff. But I was really trying to conserve my energy and money. So I did get this stuff because as of right now, I'm collecting these just as wall fodder, or whether you want to call it wall fodder or you want to call it, wall, like wall art, whatever. I never really like, even back then, I never really liked the fact that ET went a dress. That's just I'm real funny with that and hitting subliminal messages and all that shit. Whether it's true or not, I'm just real funny. I think men should be men and women should be women. You could be whatever you want to be, but don't try to force that shit on me or my children because I will not accept that. I accept whoever you are, but if you're a man and you change yourself to a female and you decide to be called Delicious, I'm not fucking calling you Delicious. If your name is Dwayne, I'm going to call you D or Dwayne, or I might just ignore your ass because I'm not going to sit there and call no fucking man, woman Delicious. I'm sorry. Or no chick named Glinda. She wants to be called Glenn now. I mean, whatever. To each his own. I'll just ignore you. But anyhow, I didn't get that ET because that was never. I never liked, just like with Martin. I never liked the whole Shanae thing with Eddie Murphy. I never liked the female characters he played. Like, I just don't like all that stuff. I'm with Dave Chappelle when it comes to, I don't think it's funny that you think it's cool to put me in a fucking dress when I could be just as funny, if not even more funnier, just being a straight heterosexual male. That's just me. I feel like you can love whoever you want. You decide to be bisexual, gay, bi-curious, whatever. More power to you. If you like to, whatever. That's your preference, your thing. Whatever you do between your sheets behind closed doors is your prerogative. But, when you try to bring me into that is when I have an issue with it. But anyhow, I didn't get that ET. So, ironically, I was looking for this one outside, but they had a table and they popped a new box for that of that one for me, and I got them at a great deal. I'm not gonna say what I paid, but I got them at a pretty decent deal. I wanted that ET, and I just kept prolonging it because now since I go to the Wayne Toy shows, I know NECA's gonna be there, and instead of me going to Target and Walmart and paying them top dollar and taxes on them, I can get them for half of what they sell them for, and without paying taxes. And the more I buy, the cheaper my price is, especially considering that I know the right specific people there because I've done deals with them. And listen, it's always great to have good graces and being good with people. Over years, I've gotten a lot more better with knowing people in Columbus, Meadowlands, and toy shows as well as everywhere else. So I'm getting real good with a lot of these people. And that, let me tell you something. Nothing's better than having a plug with these places. Because when you have a plug and you work with people, people work with you, they seem to get along with you better. And some people might say, hey, bullshit walk and money talks. Yes. But still in all, how it is out here for some strange reason, when you have a lot of good communications and a good rapport with people, that goes a long way. I realize that because I'm a New Yorker. New York, people don't give a fuck if they like you, you like them, or whatever. They don't care. They'll sell something to somebody that they hate, and vice. And somebody who hates you will still buy from you if it's something that benefits them. I'm not out here, man. People are funny out here. If they don't like you, they won't buy from you, regardless of how much they want it, and vice versa. But anyway. So yeah, I got those four. I got the Ultimate Flasher Gremlin. I'm hoping I don't have that one already. The Ultimate ET and this ET that comes with the bicycle. ET with Elliot on a bicycle. And Ultimate Brain. I looked them up. I mean, I do have pictures of some of my stuff hanging on the wall upstairs. So I'm hoping I don't have these already. Worst case scenario, if I have them, oh well, I already paid for them. So they'll go downstairs with all my other extra stuff. I am trying to get more into vintage toys, and I'm trying to stand clear of stuff like this because NECA is gonna be stuff that is gonna take a long time to get rid of this shit because everybody and their grandmother has them. Every toy show, these guys buy them by the box loads. These guys here are kind of scarce. Thanks to Frank, which is ironic. I now know his name. He's the guy that around last year I got into a verbal argument with in Target. And thanks to my boy Q, the Island Boy, when he approached me at the Woodbridge Hotel and he told me about him, I was like, I felt stupid only because normally I remember people's faces, but I was so angry that day, and he did warrant it. But I realized he's a funny guy. He's a nice guy, and sometimes somebody could just get the best of you and vice versa. So we both were probably having a bad day, and I was upset and at what he said and how he went about saying it. And I guess he got upset that I got upset and whatever. And knock on wood, we're actually really cool. And he, without him bringing, putting Dead End and Wild Rider to my knowledge, I would have never known. So after I had my second, yes, I am a glunt. After I had my second sunny side up egg cheeseburger at the PAL. They make good food there. I give them that. I was leaving it, and I was going I wasn't going to go the way I was going to go. And as I did, the same guy I always say what's up to, I wasn't paying attention. He did have a Motormaster in the box, and I noticed it said 140 on it, and I was just laughing at the price in my head. I'm like, wow, he got it for 140, and I paid $110 less for it. And these were like sideways, like you could see it from the side of the box, and I'm like, interesting. I wonder if any of these are the ones I need. So I did see the white car, and I know I have the white car, and I know I have the yellow Formula One. I always forget the name. And then I'm like, oh shit. And then again, thanks to Frank mentioning like maybe 25 minutes earlier, Dead End and Wild Rider. I'm like, oh shit. And the guy had him at a price. He gave me a good price on these. I paid $55 for both. So that was pretty good. And these, I made a deal with the guy here as I was actually waiting for my first. Like I said, I'm a pig. As I was waiting for my first cheeseburger with a sunny side up egg. Let me tell you, if you're gonna eat a cheeseburger with egg in it, don't do it scrambled. Do it sunny side up or over easy. Trust me, it tastes a lot better. If whatever. Everybody's got their own, to each his own. And the guy did quote me a price on this, and it's extremely clean. It does have the battle damage stickers on it, but it's very hard to find these in really good condition. I've seen these in that toy show, other toy shows, especially Woodbridge, and guys want like $120 plus for this. And I haven't seen them in this great condition. It has all 4 guns, as you can see there. Of course, it has the R2 built inside. He did quote me a price, and as I was eating my food, he was ordering something, and I was like, "Well, listen, I know you said so and so on it." And he did make me a counter offer, and he's like, "Well, I'll take so and so for it." And I was like, "Well, since you said you take this, that, and third for it, would you take this price?" And he thought about it. He said, "Yeah, I'll do that." So I paid him right there, and he said he'll put it to the side for me. Then I asked him about this. He wanted, and as you see, this is the hard to find part right there, the bomb for the Y Fighter. Y-wing fighter. And we did work a price out for that. I did try to get it a little cheaper when I got there, but he wasn't budging. But again, another one in really good condition. I know I have the snow speeder, and sometimes I do get the snow speeder mixed up with this. I am extremely knowledgeable with Star Wars characters, more so the characters than the vehicles, because back in the day, I was never really big into the vehicles like that. Over the years of watching a lot of Star Wars films, I've gotten more and more into like, of course, the Millennium Falcon, of course, the TIE Fighter, the Land Speeder, and Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the Imperial, the Star Destroyers. Those, how can you not know them? I know more now about Lego vehicles due to Lego Star Wars sets. That's how I've gotten more in tune with these things. And I am trying to complete, because I'm so deep into the vintage Star Wars toy line now that I have so many of them. And that's the reason why I'm sticking with stuff like the vintage G.I. Joe, vintage Transformers, G1 of course, vintage Star Wars, like this stuff in the 70s and early 80s, along with WWF, Hasbro figures, Mask, and stuff like that. Because I have so many of them, I have so much time and money invested in it, and I'm extremely knowledgeable with that stuff than I am with like Dino Riders and like toy lines I didn't really care for back then. I'm more into now, just due to the nostalgia of it. Because a lot of this stuff I'm kind of connected with dead relatives and just like just back in the day nostalgia. You know what I mean? So that's basically where I'm at with that. So again, this guy, I paid him $130 for that. These two guys cost me $55. These 4 pieces here is $60. $60 for the 3 of them. I mean the 4 of them. So that's pretty cool. This guy, he wanted $10 a pop on these, which is just about what I would probably put them at, like $5 more. I think she's from, I don't know where the hell she's from, to be honest. But I'll rebag them. So you got $50 here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. He gave them to me for $30. So I basically got $20 off of the 5 of them, which is pretty cool. I was hoping he would say $5 each on them. Because, some of these shows, people do, give deals and stuff like that. So this Spider-Man is the Gamerverse Spider-Man. The prices he have on these are pretty accurate. But I could probably squeeze an extra $5 in them and just take them and probably just store them like I've been doing all year. This is I think Silver Sable, if I'm not mistaken, and she does have I think she has all her weapons. So she's probably like a $20 piece just because of that. He's worth about $20 because he is Spider-Man. I don't know who the hell she is. So wait, isn't this Shuri? No, not Shuri. Nakia, right? I think this is yeah, this is Nakia, the newer one. So she's probably like a $15 figure. Female Deadpool, easily $20, $25. If she's complete, probably about $25. Him, Pirate, definitely $20, $25. I don't know if he comes with a sword or whatever he does. So yeah, I'll probably put $25 on him. Somebody will say, "Would you take 20 for him?" I'll probably even do 15, but at $20, 20. That's already 40, and I paid $30 for everything. So I'm already $10 over. I'll probably put 20 on her because she's complete. So now I'm $30 over. Definitely 20 on him. $50 over. Or probably 20, but somebody else say 10 or 15. So there you go. Almost double my money back. This guy, this stuff I got from this dude named Brian. I'm not going to disclose what I paid because I do know him and we're cool. So I do got to clean this stuff. This is the only gripe I have with a lot of people at these toy shows, even in Columbus. A lot of people would say, "Oh, well, this stuff, this stuff is collectible and it's worth this much and that much." Dudes, the one thing I do when I'm before I sell anything, because everybody shops with their eyes. I clean everything. This is like, why would you want so much money? Look at this. Like, why would you not clean stuff? I don't understand a lot of you white guys, man. No disrespect to y'all, but some of y'all be having some of the better toys, and y'all be charging the ridiculous prices for stuff like this. Like, no offense to y'all, but clean your shit. I mean, you want somebody to give you fucking $50 for an item that goes for 50 to 60, but then look at this. Like, why would somebody want to buy it? This looks like something you just fucking found in a damn garage sale or at your local flea market. Not at a toy show. You would not expect somebody at a toy show to sell. This is just dirty. But anyhow, I forgot which Iron Man this is, but I'll probably put 15 on him. He is Toy Biz. I think he's Toy Biz. So I'll probably put 15 on him. I think this is the Iron Man Rider from the Iron Man Rider wave. But whatever. I'll put like maybe 15 on him. This, I don't think I have this one, but it's missing stuff. But I'll probably just keep it anyway. So yeah. So yeah. Well, this guy go downstairs. I don't need this. He kept the R2-D2. I told him I already have R2-D2. I don't need it. But I need this because I need to complete mine. So once I complete mine, I'll just take this and I'll probably wind up cleaning it anyway downstairs while this video is loading. This will go downstairs and be re-cleaned and dried, and then I'll put it in a bin of stuff that I have. And of course, I definitely need these. So these can go straight upstairs. So yeah, I'm gonna wash all. This is definitely gonna be washed. This is going upstairs. Now this I got from a nice guy named Kevin. Real cool guy. I brought stuff from him before. Fortunately and unfortunately, he still had these two. I guess some people just felt the price was too high on this. And I'm guessing that's why they didn't buy them. Hold on, let me put this down for a second. But hey, I'm okay with it because these are like the rare tapes. Hopefully I don't have them. I didn't have enough cash on me because normally I do bring a lot of cash with me to to toy shows, but this time around I didn't because a little hiccup I had where I was feeling ill. I'm just gonna leave it as that. So yeah. And normally I would have went to the flea market, but wasn't feeling my best, and it is what it is. So you got these two guys here, which they're both tapes that make up they combine. This he actually lent me on a borrow, but this is one of the what they call it, the mini spies. And this one, when you rub it, it's a Decepticon insignia. So I'm hoping I don't have that one. I asked him if it's okay if I could just borrow it to see. So the next show, I'll just give him the money I owe him on these. I believe this one is going for a little bit more than that one, but obviously from what he paid for it, it happens. I buy stuff all the time where I want to collect it and I pay high for it because I'm collecting it, and then over time it either goes higher or it goes or most of the time, unfortunately, it goes for a little less. And I guess at the time that he had this, it wound up being a lot cheaper. So he saw it for himself. So let me just put this in his bag here because this is going up to my office. So this Y-Wing fighter. So I do got it. He did have the same guy who I got the Y-Wing fighter and the X-Wing from. He did have the Darth Vader's TIE fighter, but all the decals are missing. Were like, it was residue. It's a big cleaning job. I should have brought it because he only wanted 25 for it, and as he said 25, I was like, damn, I should have got it. But it was too late at that specific time, and it is what it is. So yeah. And at that price, I definitely should have just got it, cleaned it up, which I could have done, and I could have just brought stickers and redid it. I thought about it as the guy was buying it, but it wasn't meant for me. So I'm actually moving stuff to the side so I can show you guys what's going on. All right. So now moving to this bad boy here. Plus, I'm still a little under the weather because, you know, I had to go to the hospital earlier. Again, I'm not going to really go into those details, but I'm okay. Just a little weak. And yes, I did go straight from the hospital to the toy show. So he wanted $100 for this bag. I guess he probably asked a lot of people. They probably thought he was out his fucking mind. Again, joke is on them because this is worth just about that by itself. Yeah, it is missing the chairs, I believe, but it does have one of the And anytime I get a chance to get iconic, vehicles that I like from early G.I. Joe, especially things like a Night Raven, a Rattler, a Sky Striker, I would definitely try to get it every time. So he wanted $100 for all this stuff. So here, he thought these were G.I. Joe figures, and he actually said, "Hey, well, as I was buying, I was like, okay." I said, "Well, listen, I wasn't trying to con him because I really wasn't trying to spend no more money." And I was like, "You know what? Listen, if somebody here give you $50 for the whole bag, just take it." Said, I didn't even ask him what he had into it. I just said, if somebody offer you $50 or something for it, just take it, man. And he's like, "All right, thank you." And then as he's walked away, he comes back and talking some more with the guy that he showed it to. Then that guy was like, "What? Yo, this guy knows G.I. Joes and yada yada." And he's like, "Well, he's a G.I. Joe expert." I said, "I'm not a G.I. Joe expert. I do know G.I. Joes, but I don't really consider myself an expert. But thank you anyway." And he was like, "Well, how about you give me the $50 for it?" And to be honest, I was hesitant. I really didn't want to do it because I didn't want to go to the ATM. The ATM didn't work. So a guy I know, I asked him if he could spot me 50. He didn't have no problem doing it, but he said, "Yo, you know what? Just go to my wife and just tell her to charge you $50. And I had to pay the $50 plus the $4 and something fee for using it. She gave me a $50 bill, so that was cool. It is what it is. So it's like I paid $55 for this, so that's okay. But yeah, this alone is worth that all day of the week. He had a whole bunch of these crappy figures in there. I was like, "Those are not G.I. Joes." He's like, "Yeah, really?" I said, "No, they're not. That's why they don't fit in the vehicles the way they're supposed to." But this was in there. We have a very nice and clean Snowcat with the steering wheel, which I believe I need a steering wheel. So we have that. And we have a Mobat. Oh, hold on, let me move the sidecar out the way. There is one helicopter in here busted. But we have a Mobat here. This is worth about $20, $25 by itself, just like this. That Snowcat is worth about $15. This is worth about $20, even though it doesn't have the top part. Unfortunately, this is broken. I did tell him, I said, "Well, the Skyhawk is busted." Then we have here a Vamp. This Vamp is worth about $10. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the cage or the steering wheel and stuff to it. I told him this is not even G.I. Joe. This is Helix or Hexbug or whatever the hell it is. And this thing here, I don't know what the hell this is. This may be G.I. Joe, but if it is, it's later G.I. Joe or earlier, later. I mean, then you have the jetpack here. I didn't even know that was in there. Oh shit! Okay, I'm not bullshitting y'all. I didn't even know this was in here. Wow. So you do have the Wolverine. I didn't know this was in here. I didn't look at the bag. I was on my way leaving, and and then he was like, "Oh well, he's like, well, why don't you give me the 50?" And I really didn't want to do it. I knew it was worth it just for the Sky Striker, but I really just didn't want to do it because I said I didn't want to do it. Oh shit! I didn't even realize this. Damn. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I should be that excited, right? All right, whatever. Let me just. Oh, okay. So the other the engine for the Sky Strikers. I told him, I said, "Look, that's missing," but he probably thought the same thing I did. Now he did say, "Oh, okay. Look at this. Okay." He did show me this. He's like, "Oh, this thing's worth like $20, $24. I didn't know I want that shit. Whatever. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here, y'all? So we do have both of the wing stabilizers for the Sky Striker, so that's a plus. This is not G.I. Joe. So he did say he paid $10 for this. I didn't ask him where. He just said, oh, well, I only paid $10 for the whole bag. So I'm guessing he probably did get this at a toy show. So we do have this G.I. Joe motorcycle. That's probably missing something too. I'm just gonna leave my phone like this for a second. Let's see what else is in here. That's G.I. Joe. We got some missiles. Yeah, everybody else in here is not G.I. Joe. Got some kind of. So I did find the engine cover for the we got half a tow rope. All this stuff is not G.I. Joe. We do have one seat for the aircraft carrier. We do have this gun. We got okay, here's the it's broken though. The track for the Wolverine is busted. We do have a couple missiles here. And we have the broken landing gear for the Oh, and we have. So he said he paid $10 for this bag. I mean, $10 for this is phenomenal. So these figures in here, I'm gonna give this to Stephanie. I'm just gonna throw this stuff in there. I do want to make sure all this stuff in here is definitely not G.I. Joe related. I mean, these are some decent little figures, but not my thing. So yeah, everything else in here is not G.I. Joe. So I mean, I kind of woke up a little lightheaded and a little upset at something I sort of did with somebody, and I'm a little pissed off. I'm not gonna really go into those details, but you know, maybe that probably did help not make things any better or easier for me. So let me. So there is one seat for the Sky Striker. We have the rear wing stabilizers. And we have the engine cover. So I figure out where the hell I just put it. Oh, here it is. So there are definitely missiles missing for it. There's one seat out of two. And it has one of the bigger missiles and a couple of the smaller ones. You know, I forgot just how little missiles come with the Sky Striker. So it's missing one big missile and two small ones. And it's missing one of the chairs, but it does have one parachute, one chair. Oh, wait a minute. Here's another missile. Tip is cracked on it, but piece of shit. So it's basically missing 3 missiles. This goes to the Vamp. So the Vamp, I don't need this Vamp, but I'll probably wipe it down. Let me get this stupid figure out of there. All right, and I think this motorcycle has this thing that goes on the side, so now that's not missing. All right, let's see this Wolverine again. So the Wolverines, basically, the track is broken on it. Brittle Hasbro. So that could have happened anywhere. But it fits like a glove and does have part of the tow rope, not the whole thing. So it does have partial piece of it. And it has, so it's missing 6 missiles. It comes with a total of 12. And it looks like the Snowcat is missing the missile bay and the missiles. It does have the back piece. Let me put this on. Sometimes, you know, you become real cool with people and you let a lot of shit slide. But, you know, most of the time money does come in between that. And that's a fucking shame. But you know what? Sometimes it's best to just call shit for what it is, because me and this person, you know, we didn't really have words. I just basically stated my piece, and I gave a piece of my thoughts, and the person just basically, you know, try to throw something in my face that to me it's not really thrown in my face, just because they did some stuff for me. But you know, it was a two-way street. But that just goes to show the kind of people you deal with. You know what I mean? So sometimes you think somebody's really a friend, and it's really about what they can get out of it. Because, you know, when you say certain things like that and you make statements, those statements and what you're saying, you know, it's like when they say a drunk man tells no tales. You know, when a person is really angry and a person is drunk, they hold nothing back. So therefore, they really speak in their mind and saying shit for what it is. And that's basically, you know, what I interpreted out of what he said. So I am now just standing clear of him. Sometimes people are toxic. You can have a real good rapport with people, and people say one thing, they do another, then they do one thing and say another. And sometimes, you know, they act like they're real good people, but in reality, they're really full of shit. So, you know, it is what it is. So I'm just getting this stuff ready. What's missing? The Mobat tank, I think that's what it's called. So, yeah. Let me look in this bag again. Something could have fell out anywhere. Who knows? But if I'm not mistaken, I don't think there's anything else in here. Even if there is, it could have fell out when he had it. It could have fell out on the floor somewhere. You know, who knows? Things could have fell anywhere. Because the guy who showed me this, you know, he showed it to him, and then he's like, "Oh, well, this guy's a G.I. Joe expert. He knows his G.I. Joe." I said, I'm no expert. I know my G.I. Joes, but I don't consider myself an expert. But, you know, if I can... And I was, like, really trying to help him. I was like, oh, shit, he got an aircraft carrier. That's what I was really interested in. But I wasn't interested in buying it just because I really didn't need an aircraft carrier. I mean, aircraft carrier, a Sky Striker. But, hey... No G.I. Joe figures, all these crappy-ass military figures. So there's a good chance that somebody had this and they decided to give it to their kid to play with, and the kid had these figures and whatever. Because those are definitely more newer than way these being older. I think the latest vehicle here is the Snowcat. Because the Snowcat, I believe, is like 85. Every other vehicle is like 84, 83. So the Skyhawk has a busted landing gear. I could probably crazy glue it until I decide if I want to just get another one and just order it, depending on what it costs. This is basically a jump pad. That's really nothing. Only one seat out of 2. So it's missing one seat, one parachute. And it basically needs another big missile, but it needs 1, 2, 3. So it's missing 3 missiles to complete that, and 1 chair and a parachute. This thing here is basically missing this little gun thing, and I think something that goes here too. But I definitely know it's missing that piece. The Wolverine does have the engine cover. So the Wolverine is just basically missing the other piece of the tow rope and 6 missiles. The Snowcat is mission. The Snowcat is actually, it does have the steering wheel. That steering wheel alone is like $15 to $20 just for the Snowcat steering wheel. Probably even more than that. So this I could probably just upgrade, and or I could just use that as parts. I'll probably wind up keeping that canopy because I think I have one upstairs that has a canopy, but the canopy's cracked. And I could definitely use that steering wheel because I believe I need a steering wheel for one of mine. So that's fucking perfect. That just saved me money. And then the vamp back there, I don't need it. Is missing the cage with the 2 cans that go in the back. This motorcycle is complete, and so it's not bad. So I'll probably take this upstairs to see this is a better upgrade to one of the ones that I have. I'll do the same thing for the Snowcat. Probably the same thing for the Wolverine, to be honest. Even though it is a little busted, I just basically display my stuff. So I would consider this something that I had in my collection for over 30-something years. So I don't mind this track being broken. It's an old toy. It's loose. And Hasbro and Kenner stuff is extremely brittle. So it comes with the territory of having stuff on display that's been obviously is worth more when it's not re-glued, but it's not really worth that much of a difference because everybody know, hey, when it's the norm. This cycle I'll probably just keep just cause. I mean, yeah, I could sell it, but it's not gonna kill me to have another one. I mean, I paid $50 for all of this stuff. This is worth about. Does this come with something? Is this missing something? I don't even know. I gotta look it up. If it's missing stuff, I'll probably put it out for sale. I gotta go upstairs and look at it. I totally forgot. But this is at least $15 right here. All day, $15. I'd probably put 20 on it just cause. This is a question mark. It'll probably go in my parts bin. Regardless of this is a better one than one I have upstairs or whatever. Wolverine, I'll probably put $40 on it alone. I'll probably put $40 on this just cause the Wolverine's expensive. So Mobat, same thing. I'll probably put 35 on it or 40. Probably 35. Snowcat, I'd probably just, I don't know. When the vamp, I'll probably put like $20 on the vamp. Sky Striker, there's a good chance. I already have like 3 or 4 of them. I'll probably just keep another one just because what it needs is like easy shit. And, these things are only harder to come by, not easier. And, the fact that this old white man paid $10 for this shit is extremely impressive. So I got to go downstairs and clean this stuff up. And I got to go downstairs and do laundry because the wife's at work and she asked me to do laundry. And, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. Some people I know people that be like, yo, I don't do laundry. That's a woman's job. I think that's so stupid and chauvinistic. That goes to show if you're not with a woman or live with a woman, you're a dirty, nasty motherfucker then. Because every woman should know how to defend herself and know how to drill and do stuff. And every man should know how to fucking cook and wash dishes and clothes too. It makes you a clean and responsible adult. It don't make you feminine or less of a man because you know how to do shit that people consider to be a woman job. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Peace.